goodbye from Kit Hesketh-Harvey, Simon Cottle, Penny Smith, Sarah Gray and Eric Knowles. Join us the next time that we're going for a song. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye.
Watch that bank balance grow next on BBC One, but of course there's always the threat of one of Bob's wipeouts.
Dave! I'm trying to watch this.
Right, closer. Let's get you sorted. Hold still.
Oh, you want to get some ice on that, Mr. Lacey? Or frozen peas? Just moved in. Well, don't forget about your television licence. You can pay monthly. All it takes is one phone call.
We need some help, Duffy.
Excuse me.
Ryan!
Paying for your TV licence has never been easier.
Frozen pea!
Free phone 0800 328 2020 and find out how you can pay for yours.
I'm back. The National Lottery Live Draw. We've got your number. 10 to 8, Saturday, only on BBC One. And the balls will decide.
At 8:15, it's a case of gun law in City Central.
Guns. This is what it's all about.
Then at 9:05, there's more mystical conundrums for...
Creek.
Magic and mystery. Houdini meets whodunit.
With Birds of a Feather at 9:55, it's a Saturday to remember, here on BBC One.
Now on BBC One, if you hate losing money, then this isn't the game for you.
Here to play Wipeout and hoping to play for a dream ticket, Karen Hetherington, a designer from York, Charlotte Pruitt, a manager from Derby, and Susan Perkins, an office manager from Huddersfield. So, let's meet the star of the show, Bob Monkhouse.
Thank you. Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome, as always, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us for Wipeout, the elimination exercise. It starts as easy as pie and steadily becomes as comfortable as an ingrowing truss. What I mean is intelligent contestants suddenly find themselves saying wildly daft things. But then we all do that, don't we? We all say silly things. When I was a kid, I remember my father used to say meaningless stuff. Like, he'd be in the car and he'd say something like, I bet if I were the last person on Earth, some idiot would break down in front of me. All I have to say right now is, let's play Wipeout. Hi, oh, cool, that's nice. Well, Susan, Shailesh, Karen, welcome to the show. Delighted to see you here, Karen. What do you design?
Bridal headdresses and tiaras.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yes,
so the bride can look magnificent.
Yes, yeah,
wonderful. Yeah. On my wedding day, my wife just had her face covered, you know, what's known in the trade as a veiled threat. Isn't that a great name, your name? I heard Tom Edwards say Shyless. Is that how to pronounce it?
That's right. Less shy. Shy less. Far from shy, as you'll find out.
Oh, I'm discovering right now. Are you sporty, Shyless?
Yes, I play quite a few sports. My favourite is table tennis.
It's all right to talk to me about table tennis, but never, ever mention table tennis to Ronnie Corbett, because he had a nasty accident trying to jump the net. Okay, think about it. Welcome to the show, Susan.
Thank you.
You're a manager where?
In an advertising agency in Huddersfield.
Oh, gosh. I've had a lot of business with advertising agencies. I've made commercials ad nauseum, mainly because they made people sick. Do you have any hobbies, Susan?
Yes, I like cooking.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I wish you'd come into our canteen and give me a few tips. Come to my home. I'm so anorexic. Last week, the garbage disposal threw up. I couldn't believe it. I'll make myself laugh again. Please make my guests feel at home, ladies and gentlemen. Silly. Oh, very silly. We're all a bit silly, I think, today. At the end of the show, of course, one of our contestants will play for a ticket to a dream destination. But to travel, hopefully, is sometimes better than to arrive. So let's begin our journey with the first grid. Daphne du Maurier. Which of these are novels or stories by Daphne du Maurier? This is quality reading. It's so hard to get any quality reading these days. I got through something yesterday. It was rather tasteless and kept me awake all night. It's in the canteen again. One of those sausage rolls. Here we go with 16 answers. Eleven of those answers are really Daphne du Maurier novels, and 5 of them are not. And there's a small fortune to be gathered at £50 per correct choice, but choosing a wrong answer will eliminate all the dough that our players have accrued. Before we came on, our contestants drew their lucky lots, and Karen gets to go first. So, Karen, pick me a Daphne du Maurier title.
I'll go for Rebecca.
Rebecca, I think the greatest classic of all. Do you remember the movie?
No, not really.
It's sometimes on television. Joan Fontaine, Laurence Olivier in Rebecca. Directed by Hitchcock. That's for first £50.
I'll go for The King's General.
In 1946, did Daphne du Maurier write The King's General? She did.
House on the Strand.
In 1965, did Daphne du Maurier give us House on the Strand? Thank you, Daphne, you did. And £150 is to your credit, Karen.
I think I'll pass to Shailesh.
Very good. Shailesh, is this an author that you like or approve of?
I've read a couple.
Oh, fine.
And she's identified all of them, yeah?
Yeah, that's the way it goes. There's 8 correct answers up there still, though.
That's right. I shall go for Frenchman's Creek.
Oh, that was made into a fine film, too, with Joan Fontaine again. Frenchman's Creek. Lady and the Pirate Romance. That film came out in 1944.
Thank you, I shall pass.
Oh, that fast. OK. 7 correct answers on the grid. Susan?
Jamaica Inn, please.
Jamaica Inn, another Hitchcock movie. Was it based upon a Daphne du Maurier story? Yes, a 1939 film about smugglers and shipwreckers. Charles Lawton playing a marvellous role with a great hooked nose.
Hungry Hill.
Well, 1946 film, Hungry Hill. I think it was based on a du Maurier story. Hungry Hill? Yep. So you got £100 banked.
I think I'll rest my luck there and pass.
Well, now we come back to you, Karen, with 5 correct answers, but 5 wipeouts, as yet, intact.
My Cousin Rachel.
My Cousin Rachel. Good choice. Olivia de Havilland, Richard Burton, 1952, My Cousin Rachel. That's not the novel in 1952, that's the movie I was talking about, of course. You now have £200 banked. There are 4 correct answers.
I'll pass, please.
Right you are. We're back with you, Shailesh. 4 correct answers, 5 wipeouts. Be careful, we don't want you to lose your 50 quid.
I shall go for The Birds.
The Birds. Another Hitchcock movie. It was a short story. Was it written by Daphne du Maurier? Yes, well played. You've doubled your 50 to 100. Want to play or pass?
I shall pass now.
OK. Susan, we're back with you. We can offer you £150 worth of correct answers.
The Glassblowers.
The Glassblowers. May we hear whether that is a du Maurier book? 1963, Daphne du Maurier wrote The Glassblowers.
I'll pass, thank
I think
you.
so. There's 7 answers up there, Karen, but only 2 are true.
Mrs. Dalloway.
Right. This will either bring you up to £250 banked or steal away your 200. Mrs. Dalloway. Sorry, that's a Virginia Woolf book written in 1925 and recently made into a film. Shailesh, we're back with you.
I shall go for The Sea, The Sea.
The Sea, The Sea. I think of Iris Murdoch when I hear that repetition. I hope it doesn't wash away your 100, but The Sea, The Sea? Yeah, Iris Murdoch in 78. Here we're back with you, Susan. You have £150 to look after. We've reduced the number of wipeouts to 3.
Let's try The Moonstone.
The Moonstone. I think of Wilkie Collins writing The Moonstone, one of the first detective and mystery novels ever written in 1868, I believe. The Moonstone. Yes, I was afraid of that. It's reduced you all to penury. Nobody has any money in the bank whatsoever. We have 2 incorrect, we have 2 correct. What do you think, Karen?
Mary Ann.
Mary Ann. Good. Yes, a novel in 1954 by Daphne du Maurier, well chosen. You're back with 50 quid. And now there's one correct answer, two incorrect.
I think I'll pass.
Thank you. Shayles, you inherit this puzzle. One of those is correct. Is it Agnes Grey, the loving spirit, or the chamomile lawn?
I shall try Agnes Grey.
You're going to try Agnes Grey. Well, as far as I know, one of the Brontes tried Agnes Grey. No, it was Anne Bronte who wrote Agnes Grey. So I'm sorry, we have a situation now, Susan, where you can either win 50 quid or remain, as it were, bankrupt.
The Loving Spirit.
The Loving Spirit. If, in fact, The Loving Spirit is her very first novel, then you've got 50 quid. The Loving Spirit. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that was Daphne du Maurier's first novel in 1931, The Loving Spirit. Let me just review the scores for you, just in case you didn't notice that Shayles, alas, ain't got nothing in the bank. Karen has £50 and Susan has £50. But Karen has given us 5 correct answers, so she starts our second grid. And the title is this. Comic book stars. Which of these are stars who have played comic strip characters in TV or on film? You know, sometimes my wife calls me Spider-Man. I'm lying there with no clothes on and she says, "You're my Spider-Man." And I like to think it's because I'm lithe and muscular, but actually she calls me Spider-Man because I'm unable to get out of the bath unassisted. Here come 16 answers. Karen, it's your chance to pick.
Linda Carter.
Linda Carter. Do you remember what character she played?
Was it Wonder Woman?
I'm pretty certain it was. Ah. My first wife was a Wonder Woman. Everyone wondered if she was a woman. No, stop it. You have £100 in the bank.
I'll go for Adam West, please.
Adam West, do you know what he played?
Batman?
The original TV Batman, I think so. Adam West. Bruce Wayne.
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno.
Yes.
And again, do you know?
The Incredible Hulk?
Oh, you are good. OK, we're going to turn green if you're wrong. Yes, he never burst his trousers, did he? Extraordinary.
I think I'll pass now, please.
OK, with £200 in the bank, we come to Shayles, who has nothing in the bank at the moment.
I shall go for George Clooney, Bob.
George Clooney. Are you thinking of?
Batman.
Yes, the more recent incarnation of Batman, George. Yes, before him, Val Kilmer, Michael Keaton. George is, I think, the most handsome of them all. You have £50. Do you wish to double it?
Yes, please. I'll go for Warren Beatty.
What do you think Warren Beatty played?
It was 1930s character.
Well, yes. Yeah. Yes, Chester Gould's Dick Tracy.
That's the one.
Yes.
That's the one.
OK. Warren Beatty. Yep, you've got your 100.
I shall pass, Bob.
Very good. With 6 correct answers, Susan.
Charles M. Schultz.
Charles M. Schultz, the creator of Peanuts, the cartoonist. Yes, he created Snoopy and Charlie Brown, but he didn't actually act them on the screen or on TV. So we're back with you, Karen, with 6 correct answers, but only 4 wipeouts.
Helen Slater.
Ah, now what are you thinking of now?
I can't put my finger on it.
All right.
I know.
She's a lovely girl. She played Supergirl in that film, Helen Slater. Yes, she was Supergirl. As distinct from Superman or Superboy or Superdog.
I think I'll pass, please.
Now, here's the situation, Shayles. We have 4 wipeouts and 5 correct answers.
I shall go for Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Any idea which character he played?
I've seen the film, but can't remember that.
Ah, right. Yes, he was Mr. Freeze in Batman and Robin, but even more notoriously, he was, of course, Conan the Barbarian, and then when they said it was too violent, he played Conan the Librarian. Oh, do you wish to play or pass?
I shall pass, Bob.
Very good. We come over to you, Susan, with 4 right ones and 4 wrong ones.
Buster Crabbe.
Buster Crabbe. I hoped someone would pick Buster. Famous for swimming and wearing big pants as Flash Gordon and fighting the evil Ming, Buster Crabbe. He was also Jungle Jim, by the way. You have £50, 3 correct answers. Will you play on or pass?
I think I'm going to pass.
All righty. Karen, £250 to look after.
Gene Roddenberry.
Gene Roddenberry. I think he's greatly honoured by those who love Star Trek as its creator, but I don't think he ever acted in it. Gene Roddenberry. sorry. Gene Roddenberry has taken off into outer space with your £250. We're back with you, Shyless.
Decisions. I shall go for Jane Fonda.
Jane Fonda? Yeah. Barbarella? Yes, that was her. And she was married to or living with Roger Vadim, who made that film. Yes, you now have £200. You're going to pass, aren't you?
Certainly, Bob.
Yes, I'm getting to know you very well. You are less shy, but you are more cautious. Susan, we have 2 correct answers only on the grid.
Bob Kane.
Bob Kane. When I think of Bob Kane, I think of the man who actually created Batman. Bob Kane. Sorry about that. That cost you 50 quid to learn that. And we're back with you, Karen. 2 correct ones, 2 wrong ones.
Marielle Hemingway.
Well, now, Marielle Hemingway. Let's see if you're right about that very attractive actress. Lacey, daughter of a tycoon kidnapped by a nuclear man in Superman 4. You're right. £50 is restored to your fortunes. 1 correct answer remains. Will you play or pass?
Could I pass, please?
Of course you can. Shyless, you have to decide.
Well, I shall go for Nick Park then, please.
All right. It's your choice. Nick Park. Nick Park is the near genius who created Wallace and Gromit. And so we come to you, Susan, with 1 correct answer, 1 incorrect answer.
I'll go for George Reeves.
Gerald Scarfe, you know, is a great caricaturist and cartoonist and a brilliant illustrator. George Reeves. Yes. In the original series of television Superman adventures, Kirk Allen was the first Superman, but George Reeves proved much more popular. A huge, muscular fellow, very handsome. So you did very well there to have got that. And look at the scores. Karen and Susan both have £50, and I'd like to tell you that Karen actually gave us 10 correct answers, so it seems evil that she's only got 50 quid to show for it, but there you are. So the ladies stay with us, and we have to say farewell to Shyless, but we do so with a Wipeout paperweight in beautiful Irish crystal, and our thanks for playing Wipeout.
Thanks. I've enjoyed myself on the show, Bob.
Thanks
very much.
Thank you. I love an auction, don't you? Round 2 is our Wipeout auction, where Karen and Susan are about to bid against each other as to how many correct answers they can spot on the grid. And, of course, the winner goes on to play the final round for that dream ticket. Here's the title of the first grid in this contest. Honorary Knights. Can I say, which of these are non-British subjects who've been awarded an honorary knighthood? Oh, we have 12 convincing answers here, but only 8 are true. The other 4 are no-nos. Karen, take your time, but let me know as soon as you can how many you think you can correctly identify as honorary knights.
I think I'll go for 4, Bob.
A bid of 4. You've had time to think about this, Susan?
I think I'll let Karen take her 4.
OK, here we go. We know there are 8 correct answers, but we need 4 of them. So may I have your first choice, please?
Bob Geldof.
Bob Geldof was born in Dublin, but did he receive an honorary knighthood? Let's see.
Alistair Cook.
Alistair Cook. I've listened to him ever since I was a little boy with his letter from America. Was he given a knighthood in 1973? Yes, he was. 1973, he was made KVE.
Lech Walesa.
Lech Walesa, the great leader of Solidarity. In 91, was he honoured? You got the GCB.
And Francois Mitterrand.
If you're right about Francois Mitterrand receiving that honour, he would also have received the GCB, but did it actually happen? It did. Away with the Wipeouts are to John F. Kennedy, Bill Gates, Harry Belafonte and Clark Gable. Now, we have Karen leading 1 grid to 0, so she gets to bid first on the second grid, and it is Bowie singles. Which of these were UK top 10 hits for David Bowie? Here come the answers. Which of these were UK top 10 hits for David Bowie? How many do you think you can identify?
I think I'll go for 4, please.
4. Do you want to go any further than that? Any higher, Susan?
I'll try 5.
OK. It's up to you, Karen, if you want a bit higher than 5. There are 8 correct answers now.
I'll let Susan go for it.
All right. Thank you. Susan's going to try for 5 UK top 10 hits for David Bowie. And the first one is...
Starman.
Starman, top left-hand corner of the grid. You got to number 10 in 1972.
The Jean Genie.
The Jean Genie, down the left-hand side of the grid. It got to number 2 in 1972.
Fashion.
Fashion, on the top line. Got to number 5 in 1980.
Dancing in the Street.
On the right-hand side of the grid. With Mick Jagger, it reached number 1 slot in 1985. One more correct answer, and you'll win the grid.
Golden Years.
Golden Years on the bottom line. Did that get into the top 10? It did. It got to number 8. Well done. Away with the Wipeouts, which were Forever in Blue Jeans, Rebel Yell, Blue Jean Bop and Ziggy Stardust. So now it's 1 grid all. Here's the decider. Viva Espanol. Of which of these countries is Spanish an official language? Here come the answers. Susan, you won the last grid, so you get first bid on this one.
I'll go for 4, please.
A bid of 4. Karen, do you want to go higher than 4?
I'll let Susan do it.
Here we go, with 4 countries that use Spanish as their official language.
Chile. Argentina. Bolivia.
1 more correct answer. You'll win the grid and you'll play for your holiday on today's show.
Costa Rica.
If Costa Rica has Spanish as its official language, you will be playing for your dream destination today. It does. We didn't fool you one little bit with our wipeouts. Brazil, Gabon, San Marino and Sierra Leone, which have French and English and Italian and Portuguese as their languages, and not in that order. So, there you are. Susan wins this round of the game. 2 grids to 1, and we have to say, alas, goodbye to Karen. But thanks very much for playing Wipeout.
Thank you. I've really enjoyed it.
I'm glad you did, and we have crystal champagne glasses so you can drink to the memory.
Thank you very much, Bob. Thank you.
Susan, join me at the game control. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for Susan Perkins, who is financial manager of an advertising agency in Huddersfield, is married to Richard, has 2 lovely sons named Jonathan and Matthew, and wants to go where?
To Venice, please, Bob.
To Venice, where they know how to enjoy themselves. When they throw a street party, they really splash out. Let's look at your categories, see which one you like. What's your selection?
The Natural World, please.
The natural world, that's very large. It could be anything hiding behind those 2 words. Down under. OK, going to ask you, which of these would you come across in Australia? Right. Let's find out what our 12 answers are. You want to see the number 6 at the top left-hand corner when you've got 6 answers right. Here's a Monkhouse Minute in the top right-hand corner. Do you feel ready for this, Susan?
I think so, Bob, thank you.
You've won only £50, I'm afraid, on the first round, but that's yours tax-free to take away with you. And we wish you well on your forthcoming holiday. So, you have a minute to win it, starting now.
Thank you.
Susan chooses Gibson Desert and Gordon Downs, Alice Springs and Sydney. You have to go back and do Sydney again. And you need 1 more. You've got 5, you haven't got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 you have. Beg your pardon. Here we go. 5. Only 1 is wrong. 2 are wrong. Reverse that decision. Back up another one that's wrong. 20 seconds to go. Only 1 is wrong. 1 is wrong. Good. Good. Good! Good! You're going to Venice.
Thank you very much.
You are on your way to Venice. With £50 to spend when you
Well,
get to
I'll
Venice.
have a really good time.
All the best to Richard, your husband.
Thank
And
you.
to your two boys, Jonathan and Matthew, and thank you for playing.
Thank you, Bob. I had a great time.
I'm delighted, Susan. Always remember that the kids of today are the parents of tomorrow. Yeah, that'll teach them. Sort of wipes me out, that does. Till next time.